Thank you. Turn around. Okay. Oh, your shirt is dirty. Okay, so tell me. What does mommy do for work?
Goes on her computer and go to work.
Okay. How do I make money?
Go to empty houses and show people which one they want. Then you get money. Then they can buy it.
Yeah, that's a really good job. What's a commission?
Help, respect, and be kind.
No, not really. Okay, we'll work on that one. Okay, good job. Thank you. Here you go.
Thank you.
It's funny. A lot of my showings that I go on, my husband is self-employed as well. So a lot of my showings, he actually drives me around, which is amazing. And especially during COVID, and especially because it's the summertime, my daughter's not in school. So a lot of times we will just all go out as a family for a drive to the showing. I'll do the appointment. My husband and my daughter will wait in the car. Then I'll come back in and then we'll go home. So oftentimes my daughter will hear me and my husband talking about real estate and stuff like that. And sometimes she'll ask, Mommy, what's a commission? Or Mommy, are you going to another empty house or anything like that? But anyways, I think also it is important to educate children on finances. My daughter is 4 years old and she knows what I do for work. So we're just in that process of teaching her that, you know, money doesn't grow off of trees. Mommy and daddy have to work really hard to make an income for our family so that we have money to buy our food and buy our nice things and we can live in a nice house. All of that is for another story. But anyways, yeah. Sorry. I started the Humber Real Estate School from 2019, got licensed 2020, now a year later, 2021. I am loving the career and I'm so glad I got in when I did. I'm very happy with the brokerage that I've chose and I am just happy. So I made a video before of what I made in my first year of real estate. So check out that video if you're interested in that. But in this one, it just want to have more of a conversation and let you guys know how I got to that figure that I made in my first year. First of all, starting off in real estate, it's very exciting, but it's very nerve-wracking. Once you officially have your license, you are so excited to start working and take any opportunity that you can, but you're also so scared to talk to any client and not say the right thing or to miss a zero or a digit on a contract or to forget a signature or something and then the contract is not legally binding. There's just so many different things that you are nervous about. So one, it's important to display yourself as a professional. So even if you are crying inside, you still want to give off a professional appearance. That even when clients and situations can get hectic, you can be the calm in the storm and keep everything level-headed. Even if you don't know the answer, just reassuring everybody that you will look into it further and get the answer that is needed for that situation. So that's my first tip starting off in real estate is it will be a crazy time, but just always keep it in the back of your head that you've gone through this school. Even when clients try to come as know-it-alls, you know more. You know more than any client as to the education of real estate. Clients will know a lot off of other people's experience and their own experiences, but those experiences aren't always the right way to do things. So you coming out of the real estate education, especially the Humber one, which it's been updated, trust me, you have a leg up, so use that to your advantage. Okay, next, starting off, regardless of what brokerage you choose, you will be overwhelmed with a whole lot of systems and emails and trainings and boot camps and just so many things. And it's very easy to get overwhelmed, not knowing where to start, what to do first, being scared that you have to know so many different systems. You'll have like 20 different passwords to like 30 different systems. But again, try and keep calm and just take it one step at a time. If you start thinking of everything you have to do at once, you will get very overwhelmed. So it's important from the beginning to budget your time and have a schedule. Prioritize, time block. Just I was making a daily schedule for the first like 6-7 months. And to me, that was overwhelming because every day there's always things that I wouldn't get done. So now I've switched to making a weekly schedule. These are all the tasks that I want to get done this week. I find that a whole lot more manageable for me, a whole lot more realistic, and it just makes me feel a whole lot better because if I don't get to one thing one day, I can just move it to the next day and still get it done by my deadline. So especially in the beginning, when you have a bunch of trainings and everything, you obviously can't do all the trainings at once. So just have weekly goals. You know what, this week I want to focus on training about sellers. The next week, training about buyers. The next week, training about Matrix and Treb and Rab or whatever the system or prospecting, whatever it may be. I have developed my own system that worked for me. I'm thinking about maybe doing a course or some kind of materials to help people set up some kind of a system to help guide people. This is what you should look for first, second, third, and things like that. So if you're interested in that, comment below. Let me know if there's enough interest, then I will definitely make that a priority and push that up in my schedule. But anyways, systems. Next, expenses. Oh goodness. Being a realtor is expensive. If you're gonna be a part-time realtor, make sure you have a really good another source of income, because I did another video on what my monthly expenses look like. I was able to, I think for myself, I've kept my expenses pretty low. So I've found a way to manage it for my lifestyle, our family's lifestyle, but being a realtor is expensive. I can't even remember the numbers right now, but I know I just got an email from Rico a few days ago that I have my heirs and omission insurance, which is $419, which is due. And I started off in the Hamilton board, but I've had so much business in the GTA that I got a dual membership to the Hamilton board as well as Treb, the Toronto board. So I just subscribed to Treb. That was what, $1,400 to get access to that system. That's a whole other video, but being a realtor is expensive. If you want to see what monthly expenses look like for a realtor in like the Ontario-ish region, definitely check out that video. On top of expenses, getting paid. So getting paid as a realtor, you are obviously on commission. Commission is not consistent. So you will be handling your bills a whole lot more differently. And you can definitely have a consistent pay, a consistent income as a realtor, but you have to put in consistent effort, or you have to build up multiple streams of income so that when you don't want to necessarily work this month too hard as a realtor, you have this other income coming in and yada, yada, yada. So it is not consistent typically. But another thing to remember is that just because you have a client doesn't guarantee that you will get paid. So you want to make sure you have the right contracts in place so that you do get your commission. And then even when you have a firm deal and all the parties have signed the deal, that still doesn't mean that you're going to get paid. Not until the house closes is it guaranteed that you're going to get paid, because most homes close after 30, 60, or 90 days. So that could be, even though you have the contract signed today, that could be another 3 months before the house closes. And even when the house closes, it's not like you get paid on that day. You still have to wait for the lawyers to email the listing brokerage that the sale has closed. Then the listing brokerage has to release their funds to the cooperating brokerage. And there's just a chain of command. And something I found out is some brokerages only pay commission on a weekly basis. Some brokerages pay commission by EFT, which is electronic funds transfer, which is great. And some brokerages pay commission by mail. So sometimes you have to wait for the lawyer to mail the commission check to the listing brokerage. That can be 5 to 10 days, depending on Canada Post. Then once the listing brokerage gets the funds, if you were the listing agent, then you should get paid like within 2 to 3 days. Awesome. But if you're the buying agent, you have to now wait for the listing brokerage to send that money to the cooperating brokerage. And some brokerages only mail, so then you have to wait another 5 to 10 business days for your company to get the check. And then once they get the check, then you'll get paid within 48 hours. So it's a process, and you don't always know the exact date you're going to get paid. So you have to have good budgeting skills to be able to manage your expenses and your monthly budget in between. Next, the work. It sounds all good and dandy, making 6 figures, making 7 figures, but at what cost? Emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, family. So yes, you're making 6 figures, but do you have a life? Are you giving attention to your spouse? Are you giving attention to your children? Are you giving attention to yourself? So yes, it's great to make money, but you don't want it to be at the expense of your mental stability, right? So you have to have a good support system and a good flow that can help get you through, which is on to my next point, the emotional roller coaster of being a realtor. Being a realtor is not all fun and games. There's a lot of times where clients panic. There's a lot of times where situations panic, and the stress of your client, you will take that on, and you will take that on as a burden to figure it out or to fix the situation, or maybe it's just me, but there's certain things that happen. I've had a transaction where a couple weeks before closing, the neighbor started making a big huff and puff that the property line is encroached on his property by 1 foot, and that he wants the seller to pay to have the whole fence move 1 foot so that he has the actual property line, and then having the issue that I don't know if I'm explaining it right. So this is the nosy neighbor. This is my client. The fence is 1 foot on his property, so he wants it moved back here. So he wants the current sellers to pay to move the fence, but this property has a pool that has a retaining wall. So that expense to move the fence just went from like $2,000 up to like $10,000, or maybe not 10, but between like 7 and 10,000, because you have to cut out the cement and whatever. And by moving the fence line a foot over, it now is not in regulation with how far the boundary needs to be from the lining of the pool. It gets complicated. I've had transactions where the closing date has changed, and now my seller has to finance their mortgage, and then they have extra costs, and then the other agent agrees to pay the costs, but I didn't get it in writing, and then now they're changing stories saying that me and the realtor should split it. I've had a bunch of interesting scenarios, to say the least. So yes, you can make good money as a realtor, but it does come with a lot of stress. And then even just with sales and prospecting, you will get down a lot of times and you will get depressed. There's times where you're reaching out to clients, you're prospecting, trying to help them, and either they are just not understanding what you're saying, or they're not understanding the multitude of the decision that they need to make, or sometimes clients are just not responding to you, or sometimes you will just get flat out rejected after rejection after rejection, especially if you're cold calling. So there is a lot of rejection involved, and sometimes there'll be a month where you've had 3, 4, 5 closings, and you'll be great because you know that income's coming in. And then there will be another month where you just have nothing, and then you wonder if you should be in this business, and then you wonder if you're going to have money to pay your bills, and then you'll just wonder, why did you make this decision? as you can see, these are some thoughts that I've had. These are some thoughts that other realtors have had. And it's just honestly part of being a realtor. So starting off as a realtor, as you get more seasoned, you'll start to discover more so what kind of realtor you are and where your business will come from and what areas to focus on. But starting off, there's a whole lot of insecurities. I'm just going to, oh, no, that was it. I was saying this video is getting too long. So that is just a bit of chit chat to let you know what my experience is like becoming a realtor. Also, just a lot of things that you likely will go through coming into this new industry. So I hope that gives you guys some perspective, and I hope it still gives you guys some motivation, because like I said, it is a great career. With me particularly, I get to make my own schedule. I just had my 1-year anniversary in real estate, and you know what I did? I took 3 weeks off. 3 weeks vacation off, and I'm thinking I'm gonna make it into 4. So I have put a great system in place. I joined eXp Realty. I have 8 agents who have joined after me, and I'm coaching them and helping to develop them. And while I'm taking my time off, I have that great support system to be able to pass my showings and stuff off to them while I take some time to recoup and to recover. So definitely, real estate is not a business you do by yourself. So definitely surround yourself with like minds. And if you guys have any questions or any topics of videos you'd like to see, feel free to reach out, guys. And I hope you have a wonderful day.